welcome to another episode of the Divorcee Diaries. I am so excited for all of you today as I share about my time in the Bahamas. And if you're new to the channel, my name is Jacqueline Bell. I am a solo female traveler. I'm a project manager in my daytime job, but I'm also a divorcee, and I love talking about other resources that are out there, but also sharing about who I am and what interests me and what really has brought me a lot of healing since my divorce. And travel is definitely one of them. So today, without further ado, I'll get into the Bahamas, a quick, easy overview of the Bahamas and what I loved so much about it. So I spent about 5 nights, 6 days there. It was absolutely wonderful. And a few fun facts about the Bahamas before we get into it. But it's comprised of about 700 islands. It houses about 400,000 people, which is wonderful. And it's a lot of amazing people that love where they're from, that are so proud of where they're from. It's amazing, you know, and it's also a Commonwealth country. So alongside Australia and Canada, it is also a British Commonwealth country. So without further ado, let's get into it. So the first thing you want to know about the Bahamas is that you'll want to fly in to Lynden International Airport. Now, be wary when you fly in, because when we flew in, it was about, maybe almost an hour wait in customs, or, you know, to get into the country. So it was quite a bit of a wait, but I got really good and in-depth in my book. So bring a book if you're a book person, or maybe some music with you, because it's a bit long, that wait coming in. This was around, mind you, this was around December, a little bit before Christmas, so just keep that in mind. So maybe it's not always the same, but I have a feeling since the proximity to the US is so close that they probably get that a lot. So just mind you when you get into the Lynden International Airport, and that will take you into Nassau. So Nassau is the capital of the Bahamas, and it's very cool. It's where most of the people in the Bahamas live, and it has a lot of great things to offer. When you get to the Bahamas, the currency they take is not only the Bahamian dollar, which is their main currency, but it's also the US dollar. So you don't have to worry about changing any money. They all take the US dollar, because it's pretty much 1 in 1 as far as it's worth. They're 1 in 1, so you really can just use the expense for US dollar the same way you would use a Bahamian dollar down there. So don't worry about having to exchange money. It makes it so easy. Honestly, it was very easy to get and to navigate yourself within the Bahamas. Transportation, primarily you're probably gonna find it best to just take taxis. There are no Ubers or Lyfts or any other rideshare options down there. So you're really just gonna wanna take a taxi. And honestly, finding a taxi just at the airport, or when you leave the airport and come into Nassau, is pretty easy. And people all speak English. It's their primary language. So you're going to find it very, very easy to navigate around there, and everyone's very, very kind. Okay, and talk about safety, of course, because you know I have to talk about safety. Safety was a 5 out of 5. Y'all, it was so safe there. If you're a solo traveler, or if you just want to go somewhere because you don't want to think about your safety, go to the Bahamas. It's so safe there. It was so nice. It's a big tourist country, right? So you're going to see a lot of tourists, a lot of people that are used to seeing tourists. And the great thing is it's a whole set of islands. So if you get lost, you can really just continue following the same highway and you'll find your way back. So, and people will help you along the way, because everyone is so kind. Well, now let's talk about where I stayed. So I stayed in the Ocean Club by the Four Seasons, which is housed within Paradise Island. Now, Paradise Island is an island where you'll find Atlantis as well, the infamous Atlantis, and other more tourist-focused hotels and things like that. And by all means, I'm not saying it's the best place to be. I mean, I personally thought it was great. It is exclusive to people who are staying within Paradise Island's one of the hotels, but there's also like the Holiday Inn over there. So there's a lot of affordable options and more luxurious options. I would say the Ocean Club was one of the luxurious options that I highly recommend all of you go to. It's beautiful, it's wonderful. I enjoyed it very much. I'll talk a little bit about that. So when you come into the Ocean Club, they greet you with like 15 people ready to greet you and just like welcome you into their estate.
Right. Thank you. Oh, such a greeting, such a welcome. Oh, quite the welcome. Thank you so much.
And then you get your own concierge that works with you, welcomes you. You get a welcome drink, which is amazing, but don't underestimate it because it's strong and I loved it. If you're someone like me that likes strong drinks, it's perfect for you. Also, there you'll get, when you enter your room, and y'all, your room was very nice. I must say, it was a very nice room, nice and big. The tub was great. The bathroom was great. And every day, even especially when you came in, they greeted you with a treat. Sometimes it was chocolates. Sometimes it was cake. But it was always a treat and then some knickknacks. And they, of course, because it's a nice luxurious hotel, they provided you with all of the amenities or anything that you needed, essentially, which is wonderful. They had 2 pools on the premises. It was a very big premises. There also, I believe, was a tennis court. There have, I think, 2 or 3 different eateries that you could go to. There was also a beautiful garden estate that they have, and I was just floored by it. It was so beautiful, and it had this great, it had so much character, a great gazebo at the end of it, and it was just really peaceful to walk through. You know, granted, you do walk a little bit, it's a little bit elevated, the stairs, but it really makes you feel like you're in a European setting with the type of garden that it was. So it was very nice to see, and I highly recommend checking that out if you are there. So another thing about the Ocean Club and the lodging, because I really want to feature it because that's primarily where I stayed. This was very much I'm gonna relax and hang out in the Bahamas, rest, relax, rejuvenate. And that's what it was. And I was so happy that we chose the Ocean Club because it was right on the beach. And let me tell you, every morning was wake up, have your free breakfast, go to the beach, swim, or just lay out on the beach, and then go back to the pool if it got a little cold, go back to your room, and then have dinner in some of these amazing places. Because I'm so excited to talk to you all about food. So, I mean, the Ocean Club was amazing. I can't speak more highly of it. The food was great. We had great entertainment there. Also, if you haven't thought about getting an Amex Platinum card, I would highly recommend it. This was one of the fine hotel stays, so we got a lot of extra perks, including checking in early, checking out late at like 4 p.m. You get breakfast every day served to you, get a $100 credit. It's amazing. So if you want a little more information or a personal code in order to get 80,000 to 100,000 points, if you sign up, just look in my show notes below and you'll have it there. Okay, but back to the Four Seasons. It was so great there. They had lovely free things to do for us and also lovely food on the premises. We even were able to have a nice, enjoyable time with the manager, and the manager made sure that he was also very involved everywhere, and you could see him almost every day. So he was really, really cool. So that is the Ocean Club. If you all want to see more about the Ocean Club, just leave comments below, and I'll make sure to include a little bit more about the Ocean Clubs by the Four Seasons. But I want to move on to food. So the food's amazing. So if you go down to Nassau, just like the main fish fry area, everyone knows where the fish fry area is. That's where you can get your authentic, yummy seafood. Like, something to know about the Bahamas, they love their seafood, and their seafood is on point. You want to make sure that you get Conch, that you try their lobster, that you try all of their fish, like it's everything, because everything's delicious, everything is great. And let me tell you one thing, I also had duck, because there was a nice French restaurant. What was the name of it? Let me find out, but what's the name of it? Cafe Martinique. Oh my goodness, right by Atlantis, where you can luckily with the Ocean Club, they provide a shuttle down to Atlantis because it's also on Paradise Island where you can go and you can enjoy the water park, or you can just go to the shopping area because Atlantis has a lot of the fancy shopping areas and also has really good restaurants. And Cafe Martinique was so lovely. The people were so kind. They had like 2 waiters for us, and that's actually, I feel like, pretty common in a lot of the restaurants. And their duck, I'm not even like that huge of a duck fan, y'all. Their duck was really good. I was very, very surprised. So yeah, the duck, get the duck. You will not regret it. It was so good. Yeah, not the seafood, but the duck. But the seafood's great too, don't get me wrong. We also went to the dune in the Four Seasons, and I think other folks can go. I don't think you just have to be a guest. I'm not quite sure about that. Let me check. But they were very great. It's right on the water. It's beautiful. They also serve conch. You're gonna see conch a lot, actually, and it's really good. It's like an oyster. They also have oysters available, but it's like an oyster, but it's a little chewier, really yummy. Highly recommend it. Oh, and then you know what? They had this amazing Italian restaurant in Mogano. I think it's called Mogano, and it's in this really nice, ritzy neighborhood. I'm so sorry, I forgot, but I'll put the name of it in the show notes below when I go back. But oh, that was like some of the best Italian food I've had, and it was in the Bahamas. So go to Mogano, the Dune, and Cafe Martinique. They were so good. Highly recommend it. So if you need food options, go there, eat all the seafood, go to the fish fry and get all of your seafood fritter, get whatever you need. All the food there is good. So, and if you love seafood, then you are in the right place. And if you don't, just try it, and I think you're gonna love it. The lobster was the lobsters were really big there. So definitely get lobster. Okay, so activities that I wanna highlight that I did, but some that I haven't because the weather was also not great there, so just keep that in mind. But the beach has warm, beautiful water. I stayed in there for like an hour and just swam in it. It was great. I cannot say the beach enough. Go to the beach. You can also go over to Atlantis, especially if you're on Paradise Island. I think almost all of the resorts and hotels work with Atlantis to kind of get folks there. But mind you, y'all, it was busy. It was so busy, and like there's a lot of kids there. So just be wary that there's lots of families, lots of people. There's a lot of things to do there, but there's also a lot of shopping that you can do there, especially in Atlantis. There's just a lot of things that just to know, because I was definitely overwhelmed, and like waiting for our van to come pick us up at the lobby of the hotel was also in the midst of like hundreds of other people. So just be mindful that it's gonna be a lot of people at Atlantis. Also, when we came, it was right around the time of Junkaroo, which is this amazing parade of people repurposing junk, which is really cool. We didn't get to go, unfortunately, to the event. It was a little bit after Christmas, and we didn't stay that long, but it was a lot of fun to just get all of the information from people and how excited they were about it, and to see it on TV. Really cool to be a part of. So go to the fish fry for sure. Get yourself some authentic, yummy food at the fish fry. Also, there's opportunities to swim with pigs in the water, which I really wanted to do, but again, the weather wasn't so great, so we ended up doing that. There's also something I've never heard about, and I wish I had known, because you have to kind of go to another beach island to find this beach, but they have pink sand beaches. Pink sand beaches, my favorite color is pink. So I'm super sad I didn't get to go this time, but believe me, this will not be my last time in the Bahamas. It was just too good. Okay, so that's that, and like also the massages. I went twice. It was so good. I would highly recommend it, but that's just what I like to do for all my self-care ladies. Hopefully you enjoy that too. All right, and then some of the challenges. The only challenge I had was the weather. So in December, I don't know if it's always typical, and you just never know in tropical climates. I've talked to a lot of the people that were working there, and you just never know when the rain will come. And there was an Arctic breeze that came in, and the rain was also falling a little bit. So it kind of made for the weather not to be so great. But other than that, that's the only challenge that I saw. And it might also be, and it's a little bit more expensive, I would say, because the Bahamas is a huge tourist attraction. So if you're going to the Bahamas, save a little bit. You can definitely do the Bahamas on a budget, but it is a touristy area. And again, the dollars and the Bahamian dollar, the US dollar and the Bahamian dollar are 101, so it's a little bit more expensive than I would say going to Latin America or going to Southeast Asia. So quickly, what I loved before we end here, because I always love to end on a high note, I loved first and foremost the people. The people were so kind, they were so loving, and they were so proud. They were so proud of where they're from, how people love going to their home, the Bahamas, and they're so happy and they work hard. And I just appreciated that so much. I don't know if it's the sun out there, but everybody was positive and super nice and super kind. So if you just need a high dosage of kind people, then I would say go to the Bahamas. Also, the food. That's what I love. The food, I've talked enough about the food, I feel like, but the food, go for it, it's so good. Also, I love the beaches. I mean, there's a reason people go here, right? Not just the people, not just the food, but the beaches. You have to go. It was some of the best water I've ever swam in, and I'm very picky, y'all, about the water that I swim in because I get afraid of sharks, but it was like almost clear. So you should definitely try going there, swim in the ocean, it's so nice. And the shopping's really good there too. You can find areas, if you're someone who likes to shop like me, to get little trinkets, there's a lot of nice areas to go shopping, and especially in the Paradise Island. But overall, that's everything for me. I hope you all enjoyed this video. I hope you were able to enjoy the Bahamas with me and have some nice tips and tricks for when you hopefully get to go to the Bahamas. So please, if you like this video, please put Bahamas in the comments, and please do subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Thank you so much for watching this video. Mwah. Have a great rest of the day, and I will see you all in the next video.